everyone, we're gonna retry this. Let me know if y'all are able to see me in the chat. We're gonna get started once everyone gets on here. So just hold tight for a quick second. We are trying out a few new pieces of audio. And yeah. So once again, hey everyone, my name is Sydney. We are going to start the live stream in just a few minutes. Just bear with us while I wait on a few viewers, while we wait for audio, visual, everything to get set up. So we'll just wait a little bit. All right, hey everyone, we're gonna get started. My name is Sydney Rinke, and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I am a student at the University of Alabama. I'm currently studying news media, which is journalism, dance, and mathematics. But if you do know me, you probably know and have heard that I tend to be a very busy person. I go from one event to the other, I keep a busy schedule, and some questions I typically get asked are along the lines of how do you keep everything organized? How do you keep track of all the different events that you're going to, things that you're involved with? And one thing that I want to tell you guys about today is actually my favorite online scheduling tool, and it is Google Calendar. So I'm going to introduce a few different topics in today's video, and I'm going to go ahead and show y'all just a little outline of what we're going to be covering today. So first off, we're going to start off with why Google Classroom, sorry about that little typo on the screen, why Google Calendar, why do I use it? We're then going to talk about the interface generally, kind of what it looks like. I'm going to show you guys an actual visual of what it looks like. We're going to go through the features, and then at the end, I'll answer any questions that y'all have in the chat. So feel free to be leaving those, dropping those in the chat throughout the live stream, and I will get to them during the live stream, but if I don't get to your question, then I will definitely get to it at the end. So without further ado, let's get started. I just want to do a quick disclaimer for today's video and let y'all know that this video is actually for one of my classes, and it is for educational and teaching purposes at the University of Alabama. All thoughts are my own and they do not represent the university. So without further ado, let's get started. Why do I use Google Calendar? So really fast, I'm going to pop up on the screen here. Some of y'all may be familiar with, sorry guys, my camera is a little broken, but some of y'all may be familiar with a calendar that looks a little bit more like this. This is actually my wall calendar. It's my weekly calendar. It's what I use for my day-to-day, making sure I have my schedule. I actually have my other calendar up here on the wall that I wanted to show you guys real fast. So y'all, sorry, my computer's a little glitchy, but this is my monthly calendar, and I still use one of these. Both of these calendars are really helpful, and as you probably know, and probably have used a calendar yourself, they're great for keeping track of everything. But what's difficult about these types of calendars is they're not able to be on the go. They're not mobile. They are a physical copy, and they can only be in one place at one time. which makes things obviously difficult. I see a comment in the chat that says, I have used something similar before. Exactly. Most of us, with our busy schedules have used something similar. But what's nice about Google Calendar, what I love about it, is it's on the go. I have it with me all the time. And actually, we're going to be going through the desktop version of Google Calendar in today's video. But I do want to show y'all a quick look at what the mobile Google Calendar looks like on your phone, because I actually use the Google Calendar app probably more than I use the desktop version. So I'm going to pop up a quick run through of that on the screen. So you can see here's a pop-up of my phone. This is what the Google Calendar app looks like. As you can see, you got lots of different colored boxes showing different events, showing different schedules in my day-to-day. Just right there on my home screen, I can go in, I can see what I have for the day, keep everything really organized. So that is what the app looks like. But now I want to take a look and show y'all what the actual interface on desktop looks like. So give me 1 second, y'all. I am going to transfer us over so that you can see my Google Calendar. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, y'all are gonna see my screen for 1 second. And everything that I'm doing behind the scenes, so sorry about that, y'all. Okay, now you can see my video, and now you can see my Google Calendar. So just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat, y'all. Can you see the Google Calendar? Are you seeing that? Just give me, yes, you can see it. Okay, awesome, thank y'all. Okay, so we will start off right here. Looking first at what Google Calendar looks like, there's a few different viewing options that you're gonna have. As you can see up here where my cursor is, you can look at the calendar in a variety of different ways. You can look at it by a day-to-day basis. Let's go to a day that actually has some things on it. Here we go. Looks very much like a part of your planner that you might use, just has some day-to-day tasks right on there. Now you can also look at the calendar in a weekly format. This is something I find super helpful, kind of to know where I have space in my schedule to potentially put an event, put a meeting. And you can also look at it by the month. Here you can see lots of different things that are going on throughout all the weeks of, for instance, May 2024. And of course, you can also see a year version. This is really just going to show y'all the days of the year. It's not going to show you your specific events. And you can also see it in a schedule format. I find this schedule format really helpful, and a cool feature of Google Calendar is that you can actually go ahead and print this out. You can go into settings, and right there you can click print. I'll show y'all just what that looks like. This is obviously a zoomed in version, but you can adjust it to be how you'd like it to be if you do want a physical copy after you make your online version. So as you can see, there's all those different viewing options. On the mobile app, you can look at a 3-day view, and on the desktop, you can look at a 4-day view. This is actually the view that I prefer the most because it allows me to just see a small portion of my schedule and what's coming right up. Without it just being 1 or 2 days, I kind of get a better general feel for what my week is going to look like. All right, so now that we've kind of went through the view options, I want to talk about a few different modes of Google Calendar. So right now we're in the calendar mode. That's what we're going to be talking about the majority of today's video, y'all. But we are going to talk about the task mode. And the task mode is essentially a to-do list that's built in for you on Google Calendar. So what that's going to look like, you're going to come right up here in the top upper right hand corner, and you're going to click switch to tasks. As you can see, we're in the calendar mode. So switch to tasks. This is what it looks like. As you can see, there's a task right here that says live stream, and it has yesterday evening because I was planning on doing this task yesterday evening. I'm going to go ahead and check off this task that I completed it, even though I'm still actively doing it. And there you go. It says tasks complete. As you can see, I can go into my completed tasks and look at some things that I've already completed. And that's a great way to keep track of what I have done and things that I need to get done. How to add a task. You're going to click on this add a task button. Let's say that I need to go get groceries. I'm going to put go grocery shopping. And I can add a date and time. I need to do it by the end of this weekend. I actually do need to go get some tissues, some toilet paper, some gum, some random things. I'm going to put that on Sunday, and I'm going to put okay. What's awesome is you can see these tasks at the top of your calendar. So switching back to calendar mode, let's go to where we just put that event on the 7th. And here you can see it pops up at the top of the screen on the 7th, go grocery shopping. So that's task mode. That's really all we're going to talk about for the tasks today. Final way that you can add a task is you can also go over to this left-hand button and click the create, and you can add a task from there as well. So that's how you add tasks, but for the rest of the video, we're going to talk about the calendar. So let's talk about some specific features that Google Calendar has. First off, we're going to talk about how to add an event. This is basically your basic way to interact with Google Calendar. We're going to go to a blank week, and we are going to go to the week view, and we're going to go to this add button in the upper left-hand corner and click on event. So what this is going to do is going to create a basic event that you want to put into your schedule. So for me, let's say that I have a math class. I'm going to add this math class, and let's say that it is on Monday at 9 a.m. I'm going to click on the Monday that I want it on, for instance, May 13th, and then I go into this time, and I can adjust the timing. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to say it's at, I forgot what I said, but I think 9 a.m. It's an hour long. Perfect. Now there's a few adjustments you can make on the add an event feature. So let's go through kind of what those look like. How are y'all doing in the chat? I am unable to see exactly what y'all are saying right now. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. And going back to Google Calendar. Let's look through some of those features. So one thing that you can do is you can add a location. I'm not going to click on this right now just to kind of protect my privacy. It will pop up locations I've used before, but this actually goes directly to Google Maps. And so you can click on an actual physical location in your town, in your city, at your school, at your college if you're a college student, and add a location where this event is going to take place. So for instance, I like to add the class building that my class is at. And this is really helpful if you're a college student in that first week of classes, you're trying to remember where all your classes are at. You can easily see the location and it will pop up on your Google Calendar. You can also add a description. So a lot of times I'll say the room number of my class. Let's say it's in room 211. And I might even say, I have Professor Maddox, let's say. I don't know if that's how you spell Professor Maddox. Professor Maddox when you're watching this video. I might have spelled that wrong. I'm so sorry if I did. But I can add my professor, I can add my room number, and I have that easily in my event. So let's go ahead and save this event and see what it looks like on the calendar. Just going to pop up easily like that. If we go to day view, it's going to just extend it, look a little bit longer. When you are in the mobile app, you're going to be able to easily kind of expand on your touch screen with your fingers and look at either an expanded view of the whole day or maybe at a few hours. And this is what it's going to look like on the desktop version. Now, as you can see, we're going to create a few more events just to kind of help y'all see what this is going to look like. Let's say that I have a Spanish class. And let's say that it's also on Monday, but it's at 10 a.m. I'm going to go find 10 a.m., going to add it in. You can also adjust the duration. So let's say that we just want it to be 30 minutes. I can click on that 30-minute button. It's going to be smaller. What I'm going to go ahead and show y'all is that there's also a color coding feature here. So you're going to go down, scroll to the bottom. You see this little blue circle. And let's say I want my Spanish class to be in a pink, or it says flamingo on here. I'm going to go ahead and click pink. I'm going to click save. As you can see, you continue to add events. Color coding them is helpful to kind of differentiate what event is what class is what. and you can start building your schedule just like that. So that's kind of an overview of how to build an event. That's the basic feature that you're going to want to know for Google Calendar. But we're going to move forward and talk about building a repeating event. So this is one of the most useful features of Google Calendar, because if you've ever used a physical planner like this and you have to write out on every single day over and over and over again your same class, it gets very repetitive. It's very lengthy. What's great and awesome about technology and being able to use the app or the desktop version is that I can go into my event, my math class here. Let's click on this little edit event button. And I can go in here where it says does not repeat, and I'm going to click this little drop down arrow. And now I can make it repeat. So let's say that I have this class weekly on Monday. Then I put weekly on Monday and I click save. And what this is going to do is when I go to my next week, my math class is already there on Monday. So let's go to the weekly version just so this shows up a little bit more naturally. That weekly event pops up again. It's really nice, really convenient, and I love making this, using this repeating event feature. Now, let's say that we actually have a yearly event. Logging out of that event, let's add, for instance, let's add my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is on July 20th. Gonna go in July 20th, and I'm gonna make this a yearly event. It's gonna be an all day long event, so I'm gonna click on this all day event, and I'm gonna go into does not repeat, and I'm gonna say annually on July 20th. I'm gonna click save. If we go into the yearly version, we can see on July 20th, go ahead and click it, mom's birthday. Now let's say that we went to 2025 and I click on July 20th. There it is again, mom's birthday. So that's a great way to keep track of people's birthdays or annual events. I am so bad with birthdays, and this is helpful for me. Last feature that we're going to look at real fast is some different calendars that you can have. So right now I'm in my Sydney Rinke calendar, and let's go back to a weekly view, 2024. Let's just go back to our May week that we were in. Right now I'm in Sydney Rinke calendar, and you can see those classes that we developed. Now if I uncheck this box, I'm now not in that calendar. So you can be part of multiple calendars at once. You could be part of your calendar. As you can see, I have a birthday only calendar. I have my tasks calendar, and you can also be a part of any number of calendars with other people. So let's say, for instance, I'm in the mock trial organization. Mock trial can make a mock trial calendar, share it with all their members, and then you can collect and you can select the mock trial checkmark box and just see the mock trial events. This is a great way to interact with different members of your organization. As you can see, over the summer, I worked at a residential camp and I had a calendar for that. So let's just go back to Sydney Rinke calendar and let's go in and see, kind of in general, just a look of what one of my weeks might look like. Here's a week that I have coming up, and you could see my work schedule, you could see my class schedule, and you can see lots of different other events that are kind of mixed in there that helps me stay organized. One great final tool that I want to show y'all is this search button. Let's say I want to know when I have a linear algebra test. I can go ahead and search linear algebra test, and I can see that I have one this upcoming week, Friday, April 12th from 1 to 1:50. This is super helpful if you're someone with a really busy schedule like me and you might forget about an event and when it is, but you know it's coming up. Let's say you have a fundraiser. You type in the word fundraiser, look through all your events, and see where you already uploaded it in your Google Calendar so you don't forget. And finally, the last feature I want to go over is just the delete feature. So let's go back to May 13th where we were adding fun math class that doesn't exist. I'm going to go in and delete. It's going to give me the option to delete this event or this and following events or all events. So since I made this a repeating event and this doesn't actually exist, I'm going to delete this and following events. Click OK, and it's gone. All right, y'all, that is all of the features that I want to go over today. I'm going to transition us back to a regular video. Hey, y'all. All right. How is that looking for you guys? Are y'all still seeing me? I'm going to go ahead and kind of wrap up our video from here. 1 second, I think that we are frozen. Okay, now I think I'm back. There we go. All right, hey guys, we're gonna wrap up the video today and just close it out, but without further ado, I do want to answer some questions. So I'm gonna go through the chat and just look really fast at what questions y'all have. Go ahead and pop any in you haven't already asked. All right, I see one in here. It says, does it color code automatically? That's a great question. So you might have seen on the Google Calendar, it does automatically assign you a color, but it's always going to be the same one. So for mine, automatically assigns you blue, blue, blue. You're going to have to go in and manually adjust that color to be whatever color you want. That's a great question. So you do have to color code manually. Great way to remember birthdays, yes. Can you add photos? Someone asked. So one feature included with the location is it's normally going to pop up a picture of the location from Google Maps. This can be super helpful if you are trying to find where your class is, trying to find what the building looks like. It's going to pop you up a picture of that actual building. So that is a way that a picture can be included in Google Calendar. As far as uploading an actual picture, that's not something you would do in the Google Calendar app. Probably on a different feature of Google, Google Photos, something like that. But as far as I have used Google Calendar, you are not able to do that. But that's a great question. All right, thank you all so much for the comments. I am going to end it there. If you do have further questions, go ahead and comment them on this video and I will try to get back to you. We're going to wrap it up from here. And I just wanted to go over one last time kind of a quick recap of what we covered in today's video. So recapping, we talked about why Google Calendar. Once again, Google Calendar, not Classroom. We showed you the interface, looked through some features, and we covered y'all's questions. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. I really appreciated those who stopped on to watch. It was really fun for me to be able to share about Google Calendar. Once again, Google Calendar is a great mobile tool for keeping track of your schedule, and it's something that I really enjoy. So I encourage y'all to try it out. Maybe download the app to your phone, or if you want to just get started easily, go ahead and just play around on your desktop after this. I promise you that it will be very helpful. So y'all, that is about it for me today. I am going to encourage y'all, if you get the chance and you are able to go ahead and subscribe. How to click up that little button on the screen. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I am also going to show y'all just a quick end screen real fast of what my social media looks like. So with this being the end of my video, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the future. Bye, guys.